Hello, everyone. 2020 has been a transition year and a difficult one because change is never easy. But as most of the tough work has already been done, 2021, while still intense, it's announcing to be an extraordinary year. We birthed the age of Aquarius community at the dawn of the Jupiter Saturn conjunction in Aquarius because the age of Aquarius values are everything that our world stands for, or I would say humans stand for: freedom, quality content, connection with like minded people. Each individual is unique, experiential learning, collaboration, getting in sync with the universe, and greater good over individual interests. We have to work collectively for the world at large. So, today and in the following days to come, let me apprise you with what the planets imply for us for 2021 and what we can do for ourselves in order to build our health, wealth, and happiness. So, when we are happy inside, the world automatically is happy, and we can actually, our auras extend to the world at large. Capricorn, the major trends for you. Last year was a prosperous year, and this year should be even more so. There is much focus on finance, more so than on the career. Health and energy are also much improved over the last year and far, far better than it was in 2018 or 2019. So, if you got through those years with your health and sanity intact, you did very well indeed. Your third house of communication and intellectual interests have been strong for many years now, and it is even more powerful in the year ahead. The students should be successful in their studies. Writers, teachers, bloggers, sales, and marketing people will also be having good years. They're prosperous years, and the next year is even better. So, Uranus has been in your fifth house of children, fun, and creativity since March 2019. So, there is great focus here. Children and children figures in your life are more rebellious than usual, though, and more difficult to handle. And it's not that you can't deal with them. You can't deal with them from a place of blind authoritarianism. That means you can't be an authority on them. They will listen if they understand the reason why things have to be done. They also seem to be testing the limits of their bodies. As long as this is done in a mindful way, it's a very good thing. Those of you working in the creative arts are more inspired and original than usual. Many of you are breaking barriers in your creative expression. Now, Pluto has been in your sign for many years since 2008. This is excellent for losing weight and for detox regimes. However, it could also have brought near death kinds of experiences or surgery. This trend continues in the year ahead. So, caution, take caution, be careful, and take your second opinions. Your main areas of interest this year are the body and image, finance, communication, and intellectual interests, and children, fun, and creativity. So, your paths of greatest fulfillments will be health and work, finance until May 14th, and from July 29th to December 30th. And your communication and intellectual interests from May 14th to July 29th, and then from December 30th onwards. Health. Now, health should be good this year. This is only one long term planet, Pluto, in very stressful alignment with you. All the others are either in harmonious aspect or leaving you alone. Of course, there will be periods where your health and energy are less easy than usual. These periods come from the transits of the short term planets. So, when the impact is temporary and they're not trends for the year ahead. So, when the transits pass, your normally good health and energy also return. Those of you dealing with longer term pre existing conditions should feel the improvement this year, perhaps even find a cure. You're prone to these things because of low energy levels, and when that energy returns, they disappear or go into abeyance. Perhaps some therapist or a therapy will get the credit, but the real reason is the shift in the planetary energies. Good though your health is, you can make it even better through your discipline of listening to your body. Now, your home and family. Your fourth house of home and family is not prominent this year. This will change in a few years, but now the trend is to the status quo. There is a basic contentment at home and with the family, and there is no need for undue attention here or getting stressed out. Of course, there will be times when more focus is needed, but these are only short term transits, and these are caused by the transits of the fast moving planets. They are not trends for the year. Your family planet Mars is a relatively fast moving planet. So during the course of the year, he moves through 9 signs and houses of your horoscope. So there are many short term trends in the home and family life that depend on where Mars is and the kind of aspects he receives. So if you're renovating the home or making major repairs, January 1st to January 7th and March 20th to April 20 are very good times. So you can actually utilize those times because you may get things in a much economical way and within your budget. So if you're merely redecorating, beautifying the home, or buying objects of beauty for the home, then March 21st to April 15th can be considered. The aesthetic sensibility will be stronger during that period. Now, in regards to your finance and career, last year was a strong financial year, and this year will be even better. Prosperity is happening. There are few factors in play this year. First, you have more energy in general, so you can do more. Secondly, your money house is very powerful and filled with beneficial planets. There is a lot of cosmic support for your financial efforts. Last year, Saturn, the ruler of your horoscope and thus always friendly to you, moved into your money house. He'll be there all this year and well into the next year too. This indicates a few things. You'll be personally involved in finance. You will not be delegating things to others. And if you are, you're very involved with those you delegate to. You feel and look wealthy and prosperous. You dress that way. You cultivate this kind of image. People see you this way. You would spend on yourself as well. So the personal appearance and overall demeanor are playing a huge role in your earnings. And this is perhaps why you should spend on yourself. It's like a business investment. Now, Saturn is likely to force you to slow down in some ways and restructure any area that influences your birth chart. So you're required to seriously assess the value of the life areas influenced by this Sirius planet. Now, when this planet of consequence moves into the second house of your birth chart, money matters are highlighted. Financial restrictions can be enforced during this period, particularly if you have made irresponsible decisions in connection with your finances in the past. You may feel that your resources are stretched to the limit, and this could in turn affect your self esteem. On a more positive note, you have the ability during this time to work hard and work on your self esteem. On a more positive note, you will also have that wherewithal, the energy, and the confidence that your hard work is going to build up your personal resources. It is also possible that you're reaping the financial rewards of the work that has been done previously with due diligence and sound financial planning. Either way, it's an ideal time to get your personal money matters in order. Now, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, will be in your money house for most of the year until May 14th and from July 29 to December 30th. This is a classic indicator for prosperity. Assets you own will increase in value. Happy financial opportunities and perhaps windfalls will come. Your financial horizons will expand. Your goals will be higher, and this tends to wealth. Your financial intuition is spot on. Your financial planet, Uranus, is also very fortunately placed this year. He'll be in your happy fifth house. This too gives many messages. Money is earned in happy ways while you're enjoying yourself, or perhaps at a resort or a party, or involved in leisure activities. I would say business with pleasure. You enjoy the act of money making, and you enjoy your wealth as well. You spend on the fun things, on leisure activities. Your money planet in your fifth house indicates luck and speculations too, but always do this under intuition and not automatically. This is a long term trend. Children inspire you to greater wealth as well. You want to earn so that you can give them a good life. So, if the children are older, they can provide more material support along with you. This position, the financial planet in the fifth house, signals a good affinity for companies and industries that cater to the youth market, such as music, entertainment, theater, children's clothing, or toys, etc. The high tech and online worlds are favored as well. Though this is a strong financial year, the career doesn't seem prominent. There'll be periods in the year where it becomes more prominent than usual, but these periods come from the movement of short term planets. They're temporary and not trends for the year. Your 10th house of career is basically empty for most of the year. All the long term planets are below the horizon of your chart. So, though you're always ambitious, this year you'll be more interested in enjoying life. And the way I put it, the empty 10th house is a good thing. Career will be status quo and doesn't need undue attention, or you don't need to stress after it. Your career planet, Venus, is a fast moving planet. She will move through all the signs and houses of your horoscope in the year ahead. So there are many short term career trends that depend on where the Venus is and the kind of aspects she receives. Now, coming to your love and social life. Your seventh house of love and romance is not prominent this year. It's not a house of power. It's basically empty. Only short term planets will move through there, and their effects tend to be short lived. So it's a stable love year. This has been the case for many years now. Singles will tend to remain single. Those who are married will tend to stay married. There is a basic contentment with the status quo, and you have no pressing need to pay too much attention here. The moon, the fastest of all the planets, is your love planet. Where the other fast moving planets will move through your chart in a year, the moon will do so every month. So there are many short term trends in love that depend on where the moon is and the aspect she receives. These are best dealt with when you are reviewing your monthly reports. But in general, your social magnetism and enthusiasm will be the strongest on the new and full moons and when the moon is waxing or growing. Though romances seem quiet and stable, the area of friendship seems active and happy. Pluto, your planet of friends, has been in your sign for many years and will be there for a few more years to come. This shows that the friends are devoted to you. They go out of the way for you. There is nothing special that you need to do to attract friends. They find you. You just need to go about your daily business and be yourself. Be true to yourself. In the area of self improvement, Neptune, the most spiritual of all the planets, has been in your third house for many years now and will be there for some more years to come. Now, this is a long term trend. Your intellectual faculties are being refined, sensitized, and spiritualized. Your reading tastes are becoming more refined as well. There's a greater interest in reading spiritual type of books and magazines. The books and magazines relating to the fine arts will also be appealing. Now, one of the challenges with this position is that one becomes attuned to what is behind the words written or spoken. This can be a bit misdirected if you're not focused. So be careful to what you absorb. As there is a tendency to miscommunication, it is good to hear what is behind the words, but it is also beneficial to hear what is actually being said. This can save a lot of heartache later on. Your spiritual planet Jupiter spends most of the year in your money house. This position shows that you are also going deeper into the spiritual dimensions of wealth, exploring the relationship between spirit and material wealth. The relationship is very strong, but different attitudes are involved. So, in the worldly perspective, one earns one bread by the sweat of the brow. Whereas for the others, they make it happen by brute force. But the spiritual perspective is very different. One connects to the spirit of affluence and allows it to operate in the mind and worldly affairs. You will be more generous and charitable this year. This too is the activity of the spirit of affluence. Where in the world, wealth is measured by how much you have, spiritually, it is measured by how much you can give or share. So, those who give more from the right motives and frame of mind will immediately be replenished. They create the karmic condition of being able to receive from the universe. Now, Capricorn is a very down to earth sign, and these teachings will seem strange to you, but it is happening this year. A few experiences of miracle money, which will happen, will cause you to explore this more deeply. So get your natal charts made and be in attuned to which sector of your life needs attention so that you can attract the spirit of affluence in that sector. So till then, have a great year ahead and stay blessed and make sure that you get in tune with your personal energies and which is the sector of your life that needs to be restructured with a new belief system. Have a great 2021.